Okay, so let's just go ahead and talk about some tips and tricks for this section. So, I think that once you get going on one of these problems, it's not too bad, but it can be a little bit overwhelming to start. So the steps do look overwhelming. But everything will work out if you just sort of try to remember a few of these tips. So formatting, making sure that your equation is in that exact equation form, and exactness are important. So you need to rearrange into the correct form. And check that dm dy is equal to dn dx, like right away when you start. So early in the problem. If you sort of get going and didn't check that it was exact and it's not exact, the whole thing will not work out. There is a lot to keep track of. So please write everything out. Same way as when I'm going through it, I write out all my steps and I show how I'm putting everything together. I really need you to do that. If you all just kind of try to jump through the steps and not show me what you're doing, like here I'm integrating this, here I'm plugging it in, it's really hard to catch where something goes wrong because there's so many different steps, and it's very easy to make small mistakes in those integrals. Maybe you do the wrong variable, or maybe you like add two things together wrong. So it just can become a mess if you're not really carefully writing out what you're doing. Especially when you're doing this, where is the subtraction? G is F minus the thing you just found. It's really easy to forget to distribute that minus through the whole problem, especially if you're trying to, like, in your head do n minus that thing without writing the middle step. So write it out, be careful, and then hopefully that doesn't happen. And then the other thing sort of related to this is that you also shouldn't be trying to plug everything in like it's a formula. So I know I wrote out in the steps that you're going to have this integral m dx plus, no, I think I did a minus. No, it's plus integral n minus d dy integral m dx dy. And then you set that equal to c at some point. In the general steps, I did write it out that way, just so that there would be some way to tell you what you're doing, but it is not helpful to try and plug all that in at once and evaluate it. And it also doesn't show me that you understand what's going on. So just try to follow through it in really small, manageable steps. You know that f is that integral, which means that g is just solving for itself. And then the derivative is when you plug in n and take derivatives, which means that you get g again just by integrating with respect to y. And so you get that solution is f equals whatever you found plus your g. And then you set all of that equal to a constant. It becomes a lot of very small integration steps if you do it that way. And then make sure you have only and exactly one unknown constant. Because we do some integration, it's easy to introduce an extra constant. So just if you get some g equal to some stuff plus a constant, combine them when you set f equal to c. And then if you never have a constant, don't forget that at the end you need to be setting f equal to c. Sometimes people will get to the end and realize they can't solve for y because they have no equation. If that happens to you, just set it equal to a constant and you're good. So that's kind of what happens in this section, and hopefully you can avoid some of those common mistakes and have a pretty smooth experience with exact equations. So good luck with that, and I will see you in the next set of videos.